Hi, my name is Clive Johnson. I'm a Principal Sales Engineer here at Salesforce.com, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of the Salesforce One platform. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to extend Salesforce beyond the traditional service and sales areas, which is where Salesforce cut its teeth. And I'm going to show you how you can extend this to work on mobile devices using the Salesforce.One platform. We can add additional capabilities in and make these instantly mobile. To do this, I'm actually going to use an internal application that I've already built. It's called it's a recruiting application, which is really focused on the HR part of the business. I think most businesses have an HR organization, so I think it resonates with lots of different organizations. So with that, let's get started. So I'm going to log in here very quickly into my Salesforce area on the desktop, and I'm going to make some changes here to the recruiting area. But before I go into there, let me just give you a quick navigation refresher. So in the home page here, I've got some feed information about what I've been working on, but I've got some different areas I can access here called chatter and positions and candidates and job applications. These are all components of that recruiting application. And on the right hand side, I've got my app switcher. So I'm currently using the recruiting application, but I could easily switch to the Sales Cloud and Service Cloud, which are some of the foundation objects within the Salesforce area. Now, one area I want to go into here is the positions area, and I'm going to show you some data about a sales representative. So I can see some information here. So this is a custom area I've built out, so I can see some information about the status of the sales representative position. I can see how many days it's been open, the hiring location, the record type, etc. But before I go into too much more detail, I want to show you how these apps are actually built up of different components and how you can share those components with different users within your organization. So I'm going to go into my setup area, and I'm going to go into my create app area and actually see the actual applications that I've been working on. Now I'm working on this recruiting application. So I click into the recruiting application, and I can see all the different tabs in the recruiting application. So if I position my screen appropriately, I've got home, chatter, positions, candidates, job applications, etc. So these are all tabs that are available to the users when they log into the system. Now I can move those tabs around if I wish to. I can reorder them if I wish to. I can change things around if I wish to. But that gives me the flexibility of the Salesforce.One platform. Now another capability I have is I can assign it to different profiles. So if I click into the edit button here, I can actually decide what tabs are going to be presented, as I mentioned before, but I can also decide which profiles, which people are going to have access to those to the actual application itself, the recruiting application. So I can control very narrowly which folks within your organization, maybe I just want to narrow this down to just HR folks, have access to this particular recruiting application. Another way I can view this information, I've got this capability called the Schema Builder. If I click over here, I actually go into the Schema Builder, and if I click onto applications, so I can do a quick search here for applications, job application, and I hit the little zoom in button, I can see what other areas, which other objects the job application is linked to. So I can see job applications linked to position, and I can see the relationship. So when I look at an object here, you may want to think of it in terms of a tab in an Excel spreadsheet. So job application may be one tab, position may be another tab. But this viewer gives me the ability to see the relationship between job application and position. So let me move on, and we've seen how this application is manifesting itself in the desktop environment. But I want to show you how I can actually view this in the mobile environment. So let me quickly move over into my mobile area. So I've logged into my mobile device. I'm actually using an emulator here, so I can actually see it within my desktop area. So I can come onto my mobile device, I can scroll around, I can see information, and if I hit the little menu button there, I can see recent areas, so I can see interviews and positions and candidates and job applications. And if I click on the positions area, I see the open positions, and I actually see the sales representative area that I was looking at earlier. Now this is being formatted for the mobile device, so I can see all the information about that particular position. I can see the hire date, the functional type, etc. But if I swipe left, I can actually see the chatter, the collaboration that's occurred around this particular application. And if I come back to the application itself and if I swipe right, I can actually see the related objects linked to that particular application. So I've got all this capability built into my mobile device. Now, one thing I want to be able to try and do here is to actually extend the capabilities of my mobile device by extending them using these publisher actions. Now, publisher actions is just another word for a predefined action type. So there's a little button here on the bottom right hand side, that little blue plus, and if you hit the little blue plus, the system pops up with a number of standard publisher actions. I can go in here, I can post against this particular application, I can log, apply a link, etc. I can set a poll up, I can make other actions. But what I want to try and do here, I actually want to try and extend the action and add a custom action so that when my mobile device user is actually using the application, they can quickly come in here and they can review the candidate rather than have to sort of make some notes then follow back up into their laptop. So in order to do that, I need to come back into my laptop option. So let me just click back into my laptop option, and I want to go back into my position. So I just move back out of my schema builder and back to my positions area. If I click in my sales representative, this is the record we saw before, and we've got a great capability here called the Force.com menu. I can actually, as an administrator, I can actually make some changes here directly within context. So without having to click around here, the system gives me the ability to make changes just using one or two button clicks. So I want to actually go into the object, go into the position object, and this is as an administrator, this is the page I spend a lot of time on. I can see information about the object, the fields, the custom fields, the relationships, the rules, the page layouts, etc. But what I want to do here is I want to create a new action. So there's an area here at the bottom here called button links and actions. So I want to create a new action. And the action I want to create is a referral action. So I want to create a record, and I want to create a record of type job application. And this filtered list, this target object list, is already predefined because it knows which object I'm working on, because I'm working on the position. So it knows what the linked objects are. So I can create a record, job application. I can give it a new label. So I'm going to give it a nice, simple, easy to use label, submit referral. Submit referral. The name it predefines, it's already got an icon in there. I can just hit the save button, and that will now create the action. And what I want to do here is I want to drag over some information here, the cover letter, the owner, the position, and the status. So I can very quickly make a very simple layout here, and if I hit the save button, I've created a brand new action. Now all I have to do now is to add that action to a page layout, and I'm done. So if I hit the back button here and come back to my object, and if I go to the page layout, and the page layout I want to modify is the position layout, and there's an area here called actions, and I want to put this new submit referral action into my action panel. So if I override the global publisher actions and put in my submit referral, I can put it anywhere I want to within the list. So I'm going to put it maybe in the third panel there to make it a little bit top of mind. If I hit the save button, and that's all I need to do. So if I come back to my positions area, I can see my sales representative position, and if I show the feed, I can actually see here I got post file submit referral, so it's already appeared there. So that's what I need to do with respect to creating that custom action. So let's just see how that looks on the mobile device. So I swap back over to my mobile device, and if I come back to my my position, and if I do a quick refresh here, this is the beauty of the Salesforce One environment. All I got to do is do a quick refresh there, quick pull down, and I've hit the publisher action button again. I've got a new button here called submit referral, and if I hit the submit referral, it gives me that simple little page that I created, so I can put the candidate's name in, some cover letters, etc. Hit the submit button, and I'm done. So it's very quick and very easy for us to make those sorts of changes. But maybe I want to change gears a little bit here, and maybe I want to try and do a little bit more to enhance the user experience. So maybe I want to add some Visualforce. So I've been working with a developer, and they pre-built a Visualforce page for me to make it just a little bit more crisp in the way I can actually view the information. So maybe I want to see some information about all the interviews I need to work on in the next few days or weeks, etc. So what I need to do again is to go back into my desktop application. So if I go into the My Interviews area, I can see this is the page that my developers built out, and I want to be able to put this Visualforce page, which is based on some pretty simple HTML5 and some responsive design, and I want to make that visible in my mobile device. So what do I need to do in order to make that happen? Again, I need to go into my setup area, and I need to change the mobile navigation. So I just do a quick search here for mobile. So I got mobile navigation, and I can actually see on the list here the list of available navigation items. So I put My Interviews, and what I'll do is I'll make that a little bit further up the list here. So when I see Feed People, Feed Groups, My Interviews, etc., and if I hit the Save button, that's all I need to do. So if I now switch back to my mobile device and do a quick refresh, I should be able to see that My Interviews panel appear. So if I move over to my mobile device, I can actually see my sales representative information. So I come back into my main panel, I can see My Interviews, and I can see here the Visualforce page now has come across onto my mobile device, showing the extensibility of this Salesforce 1 platform onto the mobile device there. So the question you want to ask yourself is, what apps do you have in your backlog? I've been working through here with an HR application. I've extended the HR application using a couple of capabilities, including using a Visualforce page, and made it visible on the mobile device. So you need to ask yourself, what else do you need to do within your organization? The Salesforce 1 platform and mobile app are here to help, and it's up to you to decide on how you want to embrace this and move forward. So with that, let me conclude my 10-minute presentation and overview. Any questions, feel free to come back to me. My name is Clive Johnson, Principal Sales Engineer here at Salesforce.com. Thank you.